channel and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be talking about something that I know not a lot of you guys are going to like, and that is the idea of Amy and Ty dying in Heartland Season 14. But before I get into all that, if you guys could please leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tell me we should go up 20,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate that. But now let's jump right into today's video. So before I start, however, I think it is very important for me to make clear that I am in no way, shape, or form, nor do I claim to be affiliated with Heartland. I don't work for CBC, I don't know cast or crew, I'm obviously not an actor on the show, I know nothing that is going to happen in Heartland Season 14, so therefore nothing that I say in this video is confirmed to be happening in Heartland Season 14. Why is it not confirmed to be happening? Because I don't know what's going to happen in Heartland Season 14. So everything that I say in this video is just my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. With that being said, let's jump right into today's video. So I've made videos before talking about Amy and Ty dying in Heartland Season 14 and how their death would affect the show. And a lot of people ask me, Hannah, why do you always talk about characters dying in the show? And the answer to that is simple. The death of a character does three major things when it comes to a TV show. One is that the writers of any TV show, when they're writing a new season, writing the episodes, trying to figure out what role each character is going to play in the upcoming season, they're always trying to figure out storylines that keep people invested and involved and interested in the story and how it's progressing in the season. And a lot of the times, an easy way to do that is through dramatic storylines. And what more dramatic storyline do you need, or could you have, than the death of a main character? Because it does two things. Having a dramatic storyline does two things to greatly benefit a show. One, it keeps people invested and curious as to what's going to happen next, and then therefore because of that, they will continue to watch the episodes live every week as they premiere on CBC in this case. And I've said before that that is the biggest thing that CBC as a network will look at when they're trying to decide whether or not Heartland should have another season. So like Heartland Season 15, 16, how they figure out if Heartland should continue for new seasons is how many people watch the episodes live every week on CBC, and that is how they determine whether or not there should be a new season. So in order for the audience viewership to stay up, the writers need to come up with storylines that are interesting, and not only interesting, but keep people interested enough to come back and watch it every Sunday and, take time out of their week to watch the show. And if the show is not interesting, if it's not, at all interesting, and it's just the same old thing over and over again, people are going to find other things to watch, because people want to watch things that are entertaining, that are suspenseful, that are dramatic, that have you wondering what's going to happen in the next episode. That is one of the main things that a writer will think about when they're writing episodes, is how can we end this current episode so that fans are left with the question of, well, I have to watch next week because what's going to happen in next week's episode? And then that will keep the viewership up, and then Heartland will be more likely to have another season. So that is one thing that the death of a character can do. And the other thing that the death of a character can do is provide two very interesting storylines. Heartland, in many people's opinion, and you guys have made this very clear to me on many occasions, Amy and Ty are the main characters of Heartland in many people's opinions. Not mine, but you know what? We're just going to say, for the sake of this video, that they're the main characters, because the majority of people think that Amy and Ty are the main characters. So, they're the main characters. Yay. No, but the main characters of any show, anything that happens to them, whether positive or negative, will affect the show and how it progresses and how the show continues after whatever events positively or negatively affect the characters. So Amy and Ty are the main characters, right? So anything that happens to them, people are going to be interested in. That goes back to audience retention and keeping the live viewership numbers up to ensure, or to do their best to ensure that Heartland will have a season 15, 16, etc. And then Amy and Ty again, are the main characters. So people are always wanting interesting storylines that involve their characters. So the death of their characters, while a lot of people might not like it, and I'm very aware that this video is going to have more dislikes than probably any video I've ever had because I'm talking about the death of Amy and Ty, and people don't like me for that, but oh well, it's my channel, I'll talk about what I want to. Anyway, whenever I talk about videos about Amy and Ty, a lot of you guys are saying that if they die, if Heartland is without Amy and Ty, you'll stop watching. And the thing is that I understand where you're coming from with that because they are the main characters. However, their death in itself provides an interesting storyline because it's like, well, how did they die? If it's just Amy that dies, what about Ty? How is he going to raise Lindy by himself? If it's just Ty that dies, you know, how is Amy going to raise Lindy by herself? How are they going to manage the business without the other one? And if it's both of them that die, then who's going to raise Lindy? You know, how are the other characters going to react? And that brings me to my next point of the death of main characters always give character development to the characters that are left behind, because writers, when they kill off a main character, they always have plans of how they want the story to progress and continue without the main characters or the characters that they decide to kill off. So they always have a plan. They don't just kill off characters for the sake of killing off characters and have no plan after their death for how the show will continue. So when it comes to Heartland, the question is then, how will it affect Jack? How will it affect Lou? How will it affect Georgie? You know, who will raise Lindy? And then you have, in Heartland's case, you have Caleb and Cass, who are Lindy's godparents. So will they raise Lindy? If that's the case, if they raise Lindy, they are expecting their own child. How will they deal with that? So the death of any character, but specifically main characters, always provide multiple storylines that the writers, can go down to give the characters that are left behind more development, and then that helps the story progress beyond season 14 in this case. You know, if they decide to go down that road in Heartland season 14, I'm just going to say right now, I don't think they are. I think the writers know that 99.9% of people watch Heartland for Amy and Ty. So when they do decide to kill off Amy and Ty, if they ever decide to do that, I think they know that Heartland will be over. So I don't think that Amy and Ty are going to die in Heartland season 14, but I'm just saying that the death of any character provides character development for other characters, and then that can help the show progress because the writers will then set up the characters that are left behind in a way that helps the show progress because fans become interested in their storyline after the death of the characters, how they deal with it, how they cope with it, what's going to happen to them now. And, you know, I said before that I think Georgie is going to be the next Amy. So then if Amy does ever die in Heartland, what about the horses that she works with? Is Georgie going to work with those horses? How is Georgie going to deal with everything? If that's the case, how is Jack going to deal with everything? How is Lou going to deal with everything? What is Tim's reaction going to be? You know, and then again, how did they die in the first place? That is its own story. So there's just multiple storylines that the death of a main character, can bring about when it comes to any TV show or movie franchise. For example, I will say this, and I've used this example many times, but Avengers Endgame. They just didn't kill off all the Avengers in Avengers Endgame, and the writers that made that creative decision to kill off all the Avengers in Avengers Endgame, they have a plan for after their death. They have a plan for the franchise after the death of all these characters. They didn't just kill them off for no reason. If they did, that's the dumbest thing that any writer could ever do. You need to have a plan in order to kill off main characters. But let me tell you that writers always have a plan when they kill off main characters, and I have no doubt that if the writers of Heartland ever choose to go down the path of killing off Amy and Ty, or even just one of them, I can tell you that they will already have a very, very, very good idea of how they want the show to progress without whatever character they decide to kill off, and how the show will continue beyond their death and without them being present in the show, and they will already have planned how it's going to affect the characters and how the show will continue without them. So that's basically all I have for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. And if you want daily Heartland videos and Season 14 updates, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and turn on my notifications. That way you'll never miss out on another Heartland video in the future. But I just wanted to make this video. I know it's a little bit different, but I kind of just wanted to explain how the death of a character could affect any TV show and how it is sometimes necessary because it brings about multiple storylines and story arcs that the writers can explore to then help progress the show far beyond whatever season that they are in at the time. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.